Welcome back, everyone. It's another Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Welcome to the Relationship Gumbo Podcast live edition. I want you guys to please share and invite. We have an amazing guest tonight and a topic that everyone within earshot of this or that's watching it will be able to relate to. We're going to talk about habits tonight. Do you have bad habits? Do you have good habits? Do you have no habits? We're going to talk about all of that tonight. And I have a guest that's going to break it down for us so that we can really get some clarity on how, we can start our journey on to building better habits, because we get stuck, especially with this COVID thing we're doing right now. It's hard to change your routine when you kind of stuck in the house. So please share and invite. I need you to give me 30 seconds to make sure everything is populating where it's supposed to go. We're live on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook simultaneously. So give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay, everybody wants good love, that's true, I know. Derek Jones about to break it down with the Relationship Gumbo. Welcome to the podcast. Ain't no doubt we all need this, ayy, cause better relationships need better ingredients, ayy. So if you want better relations, it's about communication, finding love, staying together. We all wanna make it better, yeah. Derek Jones, the host, your relationship coach. Thank you all for tuning in. Relationship Gumbo, ayy.
All right, guys. Once again, share and invite. Welcome to the Relationship Gumbo Podcast. So just in case you are new for the first time here, what we do is we actually are doing a live broadcast. So the audio will go up on Apple and Spotify later. But what I normally do is I will pause for 3 seconds. We'll start the podcast. And at the end, I'll pause for another 3 seconds and we can speak freely if you're in the comments. If you have a question or a comment during the show, I will actually address it live, as long as it's pertinent to the topic that we're talking about. So without further ado, we're going to start the podcast and introduce our special guest. So stay right there. Hold on 1 second. And welcome to the Relationship Gumbo Podcast. My name is Derek Jones and I'm your host. I am a certified life coach, an engineer, a strategist, and a mental health advocate. And tonight, it's all about habits. The title of the show is Change Your Habits, Change Your Life. Because without those habits, what I always try to tell myself is we have habits a lot of times, and sometimes we need to kind of go back and look at them and make sure that they're really pertinent to where we want to go in life. So I have a special guest tonight. She's going to introduce herself better than I can, but I actually, she is the daughter of one of our prior guests that we had, Mr. Kevin Harvey. And when I saw her branding, when I heard her voice, I was like, she need to be on the show, and her voice needs to be heard. I'm always an advocate for people who really are doing things to help people first. You're gonna, when you're building a brand, you want to, try to make some money out of it, but you want to impact lives. And I felt the impact as soon as I saw her brand, and then I immediately bought into it. So we're going to bring up Miss Kiera Nicole. So stand by, guys. Hold on 1 second. There she is. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you, Derek. Thank you for having me. I'm
sorry. So tell people who you are,
okay,
and what you do, and then we're going to get right into the show.
Okay, so my name is Kiera Nicole. I consider myself a lifestyle specialist and a content creator. I got into this journey from my own journey of being an artist. I'm a professional dancer. Dance is my passion. It's something that I grew up doing, and I wanted to create a business out of that. But life happens, and so I had to learn about pivoting, and I tapped into what I'm really good at, which is inspiring people, getting people to tap into their higher selves, getting people to really not only see the beauty in themselves, but see the power in themselves. So I was like, how can I, what can I do with this? And that's how the lifestyle brand came about. And so, yes, habits.
Cool. So look, so that's what we're going to do. And I want to make this quick comment too. Everybody that's listening, because a lot of my audience, we tend to be a little older. I do have some younger folks too, but I want to commend you and a lot of people that are in your, I guess you would technically be a millennial, right?
Yeah. think
You're
so.
a millennial. Okay, so so I commend you guys for really, like, not all of you, but there's a lot of you out here that a lot of us aren't aware of because we're set in our own ways. But to take the bull by the horns and create something that's uniquely yours, I commend you for that, because it's not easy for a lot of us to step outside of ourselves and do that. So we're going to talk about habits. So the first thing I want you to comment on is, generally speaking, why is building good habits or better habits important in our lives?
Okay, so I don't know if you all know, but habits are involuntary, right? Habits are things that are created by our brains. So if you continue to do a certain thing, it becomes embedded in you, and sometimes it's so natural and it's such a thing that's a part of you that you don't know how to change it. You don't know how to tap into it. You don't know if it's a good habit or a bad habit. And I noticed this affecting my own life. So I started to be like, what's going on? Like, I can't seem to commit to anything. I can't seem to make things happen that I say I want to happen, because I'm falling into patterns of bad behavior, if you will. So generally speaking, habits are extremely important. And if you want to change your life, you literally have to double down and start working on your habits.
So here's my next question. We gonna hit you in the gut a little bit.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about some of your bad habits that you realized and you had to change, and then I also want you to talk about how you changed them.
Okay.
Or what you did to change them.
Okay, so I had bad habits. They started in college, right? You go to college, you're on your own, you're doing things, so my bad habit journey definitely, I would say, started in college. I'm technically an adult now, so I can make a little bit more decisions around regarding my life. So I was drinking a lot. I was drinking a lot, not eating the best foods, partying a lot, just not committed to growth, not committed to, just being a positive influence, a positive role model, letting my own desires get in the way of that. So that's when it really started. But when I noticed that I had to take a change, it was after college, because my money habits were terrible. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. You get paid and the check is
right.
gone. The next
we know that one all too well.
Spending it on things that just have no value. I just kept feeling stuck. I felt depressed, like it was heavy. So I'm like, what can I do to change this? I knew that I had to tap into what I was continuously doing. Okay, I'm always partying. How can I change that? I'm always drinking. How can I change that? But then I got a wake-up call. So I wanted to do it on my own, but I got a wake-up call. I got into a really tragic accident, and that was it for me. I was like, okay, I was already not even supposed to be doing what I'm doing, where I am. So that to me was like, okay, God's saying, listen, get it together. Do what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And from that moment, I committed to changing my life. I had to get a job that wasn't paying much, but I was able to save $800, in a short amount of time, because I was committed to putting aside a little bit of that check every 2 weeks, no matter what. Because I knew that I wanted to change and I wanted to get out of the situation that I put myself in. Eating, working out. I knew that I was tired of being sad, tired of being depressed. So I'm like, what can I do? I started tapping into yoga and meditation. And of course, they're like bits and pieces. I could be talking forever trying to tell like my exact story, but it just, my desire to get people to examine their habits and to change them and to create better decisions when it comes to habits starts from my journey of starting at a low place, but then that it's possible to change if you just commit to the change. You commit to positive change.
So if people are on the that are watching the video, because I know this is going to go up as audio as well, but there's some whiteboards behind you, right? So so, and the reason I bring that up for a purpose. When I went on your I think it was your Instagram, and you had a video where you were like check it, like doing the little check boxes and stuff like that. That's important. And I think a lot of times the structure that you have helps, because I need to, like, I can't operate off of my brain. And I know sometimes we have cell phones now. Like, I'm gonna tell you what, for me, we have the calendar in our phone.
Mm-hmm.
We can set stuff and things can pop up. I have a mental block with that. Like, I have so many things that I have to do, and everybody's like, well, just put in your calendar. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's like my hands are broke. Like, it's not a habit for me. I have to make it a habit, right? And so when I saw you doing the little stuff on the board and you had the little check boxes and everything, and I was like, we have to make a decision to be accountable to ourselves. It's even better if you had someone in your life that can help you be accountable, but a lot of times they're not always with you, and you got to kind of. So that was important for me to see that you had that kind of structure in your life, because I think a lot of us, like we always say, like I was talking to you before the show, life happens, and then that's our excuse to go the other way instead of going the route that we planned.
Yes.
And it's like, how many thousands of times have we said life happens? And then we stop.
Right.
We don't just detour, we stop, and we just so this particular topic is important to me because I have work to do with my habits. And we'll talk about, you have a habit, like a journal that helps you with habits, but I'm gonna tell you, I tried to do journaling probably about 20 times.
Really?
Oh, it's so, like, I'll do like the first couple days,
Right.
and then it's because it's not a habit.
Right.
So my question to you is, are there any things that you kind of go to help you stay centered with the things that you have to, the habits that you have? Like, are there things that you probably utilized when you knew that you had to change, or even things that you do now to keep you to come back to center?
Yes, reading, top priority, reading books, people's stories. You could just learn so much from picking up a book, reading an article, learning about just positive things. That's what keeps me on track. That's what lets me know, okay, it's time to get to work. It's time to get back to work. And it's funny that you mentioned journaling and writing, because I just created a habit of consistency with that. I have so many journals, but I started this 30-day challenge, a mindfulness challenge, where I did morning pages, meditation, and yoga for 30 days straight. So that I had did the morning pages thing before, it didn't stick. Did it before, it didn't stick. And that's the funny thing about habits. Like, you'll get it going, but then once you stop, it's unless you keep it going, it's over with. So with that 30-day challenge, I was able to stick to the morning pages, and I haven't stopped doing my morning pages since. So every day I wake up, I write 3 pages, just whatever's on my mind. And it's as soon as I wake up, so I'm able to get all my thoughts out for the day. And so, yeah, I'm sorry. What was the question I got? You mentioned.
Oh, you good. You good. No, I was just saying, you was telling us about your go-tos to keep you on track.
Yes.
And the other thing too that I wanted to mention too, how much and I know the answer, but I want to hear it from you. How much does your environment play into you being able to have the focus to, like our houses, having a junky house?
Yes, it's so true. And the sad thing about it is, a lot of people's spaces are not conducive to being successful or being productive. You have things everywhere. Like, things have to have a place. You need to be organized. And yes, definitely you want to create a habit of being organized within your space and creating an oasis, if you will, at home. Like, somewhere where you literally can come and it's just like, okay, I can relax.
Yeah.
Are clean, they have a place, and that helps as well. People that are not able to cultivate environments like that, they have a harder time building good habits. You go coping instead of like actually,
Yeah. So because I just literally like redid my whole office space or whatever, and the energy's different now. Like, I feel like I can get more done because I'm not and it's not necessarily a literal distraction, but just having the stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
We don't realize how much it affects us because it's still kind of in the way.
Yes.
And so I know that's something that a lot of us struggle with, especially as you get set in your ways, as you hit 30, 40, 50, whatever age you are, it gets harder. It's just like when you try to lose weight or you try to go to the gym.
Yeah.
It's something that you gotta keep doing, and I have to keep reminding myself that there's a larger goal ahead. And then like we keep saying, when life happens, you got to go back to why you're doing it. You have to go back to, the purpose on why you set yourself on that path. I'm going to go to some of these comments because hold on one second. One of them just made me laugh. So Michelle Ford said, I'm horrible with putting things on the calendar too. Definitely need to get better with that. On Facebook, Derek Harvey says, please tell my wife to create space. She is an undercover hoarder.
Oh yeah, it's bad. Hoarding is a thing. Like, we have to throw things away. We have to throw things away. And to speak to Michelle, just write it down. Start with writing it down. Get you a planner that you stick to. You hold yourself accountable to write in it. That's,
And on Facebook, Joseph Going said, I did the same thing in my studio. I removed so many unnecessary boxes and things out of there, and my productivity went up and my motivation to create increased.
Yes.
I'm experiencing that right now. Like, I got the last piece that I needed for my little desk or whatever today because Amazon. So I got that done, and now it's like complete, and it's like, now I can focus, because focus is the key for me, is the key word. If I can't focus, it's like everything else around me crumbles.
Yes.
And so another reason why I wanted you here as well is because my show is about relationships. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're not focused, if you don't have good habits, then it trickles into every other part of your life, and you don't realize it.
Yep.
So I want you to speak to how having those habits and those focus can negatively or positively affect like your friendships and your relationships.
Mm.
Yep. Gotcha.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How can having bad habits affect negative?
Either one. Take it whichever way you want.
I'll go with good habits. Having good habits can positively affect and impact your relationships, because once you start taking care of yourself, you're able to then, tune into others. When you are not there with yourself, it becomes either trauma bonding, because y'all are linking up over drinking, or y'all linking up over whatever it may be, right?
Yep.
Or just how you show up in your friendships. If you're feeling good about yourself, if you're getting things done, you can show up in your friendships like that, and family relationships as well. So definitely when you start to improve your habits, you will see everything, like you said, around you improve, even your outlook on life. You become happy, lighter. You believe in yourself more, and that translates to your relationships.
Right. And that brings up a point. When you said trauma bonding, something just clicked. Your mental health, your stress, and all of that other kind of stuff affects your ability to focus, which also affects your ability to even stick with the things that you have on your list of habits to build and grow. And so it's important to take care of yourself, and have peace of mind, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of times when we have, and I'm talking from things that I've talked to people about in my own life, the stress will take you out of any plan that you have. and then because you haven't done things to try to mitigate it, it just keeps coming back.
Yep.
And you keep getting veered off course. And in your brain, you're like, I don't know why, because we think we can handle it. Or we think we didn't take a couple of drinks and that muted it down for a minute. And then you got to go get another drink, though. You got to keep doing it. That's a habit that we want to break.
Yes. Yes.
So I really wanted to say that, because a lot of times we sit back and we don't realize why we can't focus on the journaling or whatever else, and it's because our brains are like in all these different directions. Because I'm very guilty of having a brain that's just focused on like 20 things, and then like a week later I'm like, wait, on Monday I was supposed to do that thing, and it takes over, and if you don't recognize it, you'll be in this cycle for years and years and years on end. And that what it ends up looking like is people that say, oh, I wanted to start this business 5 years ago, but I just never got around to it. Or, I wanted to clean up my house back in October, and it's the next July now. And, and I'm like, what happened? Right. And you ain't COVID with a dirty house.
Like how?
Because it's not your priority. You got to line those things. That's the other thing. Prioritizing.
Yes. Prioritizing your health, prioritizing your habits. Like, does that matter to you? It should. And you made a good point. It's about starting. The journey to building good habits is about starting. The 2-minute rule. If you can do it now, if you can do it later, you can do it now, right? You can get it done in 2 minutes. Just do it. What I've learned from this journey, there's this technique called the Pomodoro technique. It's where you hone in on work for a set amount of time, and then you take a short break, and you do that for a couple of rounds, right? So I would notice that when I actually, hone in and do the work, time goes by and I get it done. But if I'm picking up my phone every 5 minutes, or, that's it, honestly, because in this day and age, our phones are our biggest distractions. So when I have that time, if I'm picking up my phone every 5 minutes, I can't get the work done. I can't get up, go downstairs and clean up. I can't get up, go for a walk or go to the gym. So
I've lost plenty of usable time with that phone.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
It really is.
Because if I recall, I think it was last week, I think your dad put up a post about his screen time on his phone, and he was just like, "This is ridiculous." Yes. We don't realize how much of our day is consumed by it's the greatest gift, and it's also the greatest curse we have. Yes. It's something that you want to try to make sure you're in tune with stuff, and if you have a business, you need to be consistently posting and all this stuff. But then there's those times where you're looking at headlines and what vacation is so, and next thing you know, it's hours gone by, and you're like, what happened? I was supposed to be in the office doing XYZ, or I was supposed to be, sitting with my kid playing Uno or something, and it's like, so. Yes. And I'm bringing up these specific things for a reason, because if we don't really take a look at these things that we take for granted, like the phone, like the clutter in our house, these are things that everybody on here can identify with. You have to make a decision to get that stuff organized and together so that you can focus. So let me go to the comments real quick.
Okay.
Nicole Nixon says that's really helpful, especially for us teleworking due to the pandemic. Take breaks equals productivity.
Yes.
Joseph on Facebook says, I do that all the time. I work for 75 minutes, break for 15 minutes, and repeat. That's important.
That's a long work chunk, but kudos to you.
That's very important. It took me a long time to learn that, because I would literally be like in it. And then when you're in it, and you're hunkered down for so long, on the other end of it, it's like your soul is drained. like you ready to pass out, because your brain is always just working and moving. And when you don't take a break, that also affects you.
Yes.
Kevin Harvey says, I have 12 hours screen time already today, and it's only 8 p.m.
It's bad. It's really bad. I actually learned in this book that I read, it's called Everything is Figure Outable by Maria Forleo, and she talked about how to find 2 extra hours within your day, and that's how I first learned about how to track your time on your phone. There's this function within the iPhone that you can limit your apps for a certain amount of time during the day. So if you want to block
Right.
2 hours, you would take those 2 hours and say, okay, from 11 to 1, all these apps are great. I'm not going to open them. But it's, again, you have to be disciplined because you can
It's a habit.
with that.
Because how many people know that that's on their phone and they never touched it before?
Like, it's such a bad habit, but you have to work to break it.
Because we don't want to miss anything.
Right.
So whatever, that's how we're programmed for that now. Derek Harvey said phones got people dumb now.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah. Because whenever I look at that screen time on my phone, I know that there's the option for you to pick the times when you cannot be on certain apps, and I'm just like, nope. Let me go back to Facebook. Rinse and repeat.
Right.
And then the next thing you know, you didn't do the thing. I've lost especially with COVID now. And we can talk a little bit about like where we are right now with the COVID thing and everything that's going on, and how there's some things that like the Black Lives Matter and all of this stuff that needs to be paid attention to, but we also have to keep whatever the thing is that we had set in front of us on the front. And even being in COVID, it's real easy to take a bunch of naps too, and just lose sight of the goal. Because I catch myself sometimes like, wait, I didn't mean to take that nap. Oh man. Because normally I would be out of the house.
Okay.
Got the option to go sit down, watch TV, do whatever, and then the thing that you had set for yourself, I'll do that tomorrow. Let me chill. You got the option to do that now, and that is taking people away from their goals too.
Yes.
And I just want people to know, people that are listening, try your best to clear that brain, clean up, do whatever you got to do so that you don't get distracted from whatever it is. Because people, whether they like to admit it or not, we all have things that we aspire or we want to do, or we have some goals, or I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda. And those things can become reality, but they don't become anything if you don't start.
Yeah.
So
start.
Yeah. So let's talk about, because we're going to start wrapping it up in a second here, but let's talk about your journal.
Okay. So
its purpose.
Yes. The purpose of the Good Habit Journal is accountability. I also have an accountability group. So if you're not a person who can stick to the journal, but you want actual people to, join your group, I have an accountability good habit challenge as well. So the idea of the Good Habit Journal, I don't know if you guys can see it, is a 90-day guide to help you build better habits. So there's a description, you get a little short tidbit on what habits are, how they work, how they control our lives. There's a chart where you list some things that you want to work on in 6 different areas of your life, right? You write those things down. There's 30-day overviews.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you can see, like, there's a layout for you to see. There's a brain dump because these are important. Just writing it down, getting it out on paper. And then the prompts are by the day. So you have your day, your affirmation for the day. So a positive reinforcement about your habit setting journey. You have your habit goal for the day, what you want to accomplish specific to that habit, and then you have some space to write your top 3 things to get done. And so you do this for 90 days, and trust me, you will see progress. If you stick to something consistently for 30 days at a time, you'll begin to see progress, right? But 90 days, 3 different areas of your life, you'll be feeling like a new person. I know I am. I'm like, I can do anything, okay? I just have to keep doubling down, keep being disciplined, and I fall off. We all fall off. I have my days. I've gone back into the habit of being on my phone more than I should. So just having that accountability. So the Good Habit Journal pre-orders end tonight at 11:59. We have 17 journals left. So make sure you head over to my website to get you one.
Yep, let's put that up real quick, and I'm gonna let you talk to it while it's up. Hold on one second.
Yes, so make sure you head over there to thekieranicoleway.com. click on shop. The journal will be the only product in the shop. Go ahead and place your pre-order. I'm currently waiting for the journals to arrive. They should be arriving within the next few days. So journals will be going out very, very soon. To everyone that has pre-ordered, I'm super excited. Thank you guys for your support. And the journal, like I said, came out of my 30-day challenge, which is an accountability group. It happens within Facebook. So if you're interested in that, you can check out that on my website as well.
So my last question for you about your business, do you have any other services you offer for people to help people out?
Yes, I am specifically looking to help entrepreneurs and creative artists. But if you want habit coaching, you can contact me for one-on-one habit coaching. I also do content creation for brand owners, business owners, to help you get one less thing to do off of your to-do list, right? What else do I? That's about it. Yeah. So you can schedule a consultation call with me to see if my services are a good fit for you. All of that information is on my website at www.thekierannicole.com. So go over there, make sure you check it out.
So we're going to do the last 3 comments, and then we're going to wrap it up. So Michelle Ford says, COVID has my time management and body clock all screwed up, still getting things done, but so yeah, I think a lot of our internal clocks are all jacked up now. But like you said, the consistency and just having guys get the journal that can help you out, whether you're male or female, because I got one too. Don't let the little purple whatever color in there fool you. It's about getting it done.
Yes.
Derek Harvey says people can't read a map no more or remember phone numbers. I drive trucks and forgot how to read a map. That's true. I'm a slave to my GPS. And then what happens when the GPS signal go out? You stuck.
I'm going to be the worst off. Okay, I don't know how to.
Derek Harvey also says, "I need that. I need to stay away from." I'm assuming that's Jose.
Oh
so
wow.
we gonna wrap this up. Let me make sure we did everything. We did good tonight. See, so I thank you for coming. We'll have you back. I have some ideas on some things that we can utilize your brain for, and maybe on a panel or something. But I appreciate your time. I appreciate the information. I know the audience did. Everybody, make sure you go. Let me put the for those on the viewing side, let me put the banner up one more time. Make sure you get that journal, guys. Go to that website, thekieranicoleway.com. Make sure that you go get that so that you can, even if not for yourself, I know you know somebody in your family or a friend that needs to kind of get back on track. It's going to help because let me tell you, on my journaling journey, and this is going to prompt me to kind of really get back on that. But having what is it called, a guided journal, is way better than having a book with some blank pages on it. It's going to help you keep yourself accountable. So that's why I appreciate it. That's why outside of wanting to support you, but that's why I ordered it as well, because I need something to keep me in line.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you again. We're going to wrap up the podcast portion. Hold tight. So everybody, make sure that you go to her website, and you also go to www.relationshipgumbo.net and check out my services. If you're looking for a life coach, if you're looking for a podcast to listen to when you're in the car, everything is there. And we will see you next week, same time, same place. Thank you for joining us. All right, guys, podcast portion is over. Anybody have any last minute questions for either one of us? And we're going to get out of here. Derek Harvey says the next Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, wow.
Michelle Ford says, don't let that GPS get stuck on rerouting.
I know, right? It's the worst.
So you done good.
Yes.
And like I told your dad, the it thing, you got that. Keep it up.
Thank you.
We all rooting for you.
Thank you.
And everybody on here, make sure you go to that website and support her, follow her on social media, all of that good stuff. And we're gonna be keeping up with you. Like I said, we're gonna see you on some other stuff, but we're gonna make sure we get you back here before you get too big and forget about us little people. So on that note, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Have a safe evening and the rest of your week, and we will see you Same time next week. Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody wants good love, that's true, I know. Derrick Jones about to break it down with the relationship gumbo. Welcome to the podcast. Ain't no doubt we all need this, ayy, cause better relationships need better ingredients, ayy. So if you want better relations, it's about communication, finding love, staying together. We all wanna make it better, yeah. Derrick Jones, the host, your relationship coach. Thank you all for tuning in. Relationship gumbo.